today with Ahmad Ahmadi. He's from Iran and sails in the Fin. How did you get into sailing?
So it's a long story. It's very complicated. Just easy and simplify. I can say I start sailing from the first day, like in Malaysia, and it was the first step. I start sailing. I learned sailing in Malaysia with the Malaysian team through our federation for the first time and our Olympic committee. So it was a kind of test, and there was like qualifying. Like the people are like they have the conditions. They can be a sailor, and there were like 1,000 athletes they elected in Iran, but at the end they choose just like 26 people, and we were in Malaysia for almost like 4 months, and just it was the moment we learned how to sail and sailing. Yeah.
How old were you when you started?
I was like 16, yeah, 16, 15.
So you've gone really on a fast track compared to some other sailors.
Yeah, comparing my results to the useful days I've been sailing and like Olympic campaign, I had a really fast improve and really good jumps during my campaign. So it's something like I'm really happy about it.
So I read, I don't know if it's right, you're the only professional Iranian sailor.
Yeah, people say that. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm the only international sailor, like professional sailor for Olympic campaign in whole my country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think, coming from a country that doesn't really have sailing as a background, it's harder for you to do this campaign and get into the professional sailing?
If you look the history, we were one of the first countries in history that we had sailing, in old days. But in kind of the new sailing and the new world sailing, yes, we are really poor country in this sport, and in some aspects it's really, for me, it's hard to continue sailing. It's just kind of saying, for example, when I'm explaining, because our federation is kind of mixed between kayak, canoe, rowing, and when I'm explaining for my friends that I have to raise this experience and I have to stay like long time in Europe and this kind of stuff, it's a little bit hard for the people that they understand that you have to keep sailing for many years to get in at least top 30 in the world, even not top 10, not top 40. And the people really still is hard to process this kind of combination about sailing, that what is sailing and how hard is it. And it's related that because we never had sailing in the professional way, in the Olympic way in our country, and still is a new sport, even more new than, I don't know, still it didn't burn in my country, this sport. And
are you hoping that through you it will? That's
what I'm really looking forward, that I want to do it, to introduce sailing to my nation, to all the people in Iran. And at the moment the people are following sports in Iran, which they are fan of sports totally because of our good results in Olympic and Asian Games and in other fields. The people that are into the sports at the moment, they have a kind of background what is sailing, but still they don't know the details. But I'm looking forward with going to Tokyo Olympics, and I'm sure I see this ability in myself to go to the Olympics. I'm gonna make a kind of class and everybody know what's sailing. So I'm trying my best to do it with the help of Federation or all the friends that are around me.
Very cool. How are you going about your campaign? How are you doing it?
Yeah, it's really, my campaign is, I can say, like it's one of the hardest campaign in all the sailors that are here, in all aspects, budget, travels. There's something we cannot mention in the video, like the process for like getting into Europe, the visa and stuff, you know what I mean. So the kind of currency, and we are struggling these days, and really it's hard. Like for example, like 7 years ago, one Olympic campaign for us, it was nothing, because the currency was perfect, everything was amazing, but or something like happened, all the currency just goes down, and really now I'm struggling with my campaign about the budget, the funding and everything, and my friends and everyone around me, they know about this. But as hard as this, I'm continue going, and that's what I promised myself, and I'm gonna make it.
That's awesome.